Hello friends, let us now learn some important points about the diarrhea. The most common cause of diarrhea in children, is rotavirus. Most common cause of constipation in children is obviously it is functional or habitual. Then most common cause of vomiting in a neonate, if you see, it is in neonate, that is less than 1 month of age. In them it is aerophagy, that is swallowing air is the most common cause of vomiting in neonate. Then we will see about the management of diarrhea. Management, if you see, first you have three approaches. One, we can do give WHO ORS solution. If there is no dehydration, we can give this WHO ORS solution, where we are just replacing the ongoing losses. And we will give 5 to 10 ml per kg per loose stool. Once the baby has loose stool, then you will give 5 to 10 ml per kg per loose stool. In this, you are just replacing the ongoing losses. This is plan A. This is for no dehydration. If there is dehydration, that is, if there is some dehydration, then we go to plan B. Okay, in plan B, we will have to give 75 ml per kg over 4 hours. For 4 hours, you should give 75 ml of kg of WHO ORS solution should be given to the baby. And along with that, we give zinc in the dosage of 2 to 6 months. For babies who are between 2 to 6 months, it is given in the dosage of 10 milligrams per day. And if the baby is more than 6 months, then it is given in the dosage of 20 milligrams per day, and this zinc is given for 10 to 14 days. And then we will continue the normal diet. Now, how do you classify the diarrhea has no dehydration, or whether there is some dehydration or severe dehydration? How are you going to classify the babies has? So if the babies are in good, alert, then it is no dehydration. If they are restless, irritable, then it is some dehydration. If they are lethargic and floppy, then the baby is severe dehydration. If the eyes are normal, no dehydration. Eyes are sunken, some dehydration. Eyes are very sunken and also dry, then it is severe dehydration. Then if you see tears are present, no dehydration. Tears are absent, some dehydration. Tears are completely absent, it can also be severe dehydration also. Mouth and tongue, if you see, if these are moist, then it is no dehydration. If they are dry, some dehydration. If they are very dry, then it is severe dehydration. Then again, what is the differences between no dehydration, some dehydration, and severe dehydration? Okay, if they are thirsty, if you see, if they are not thirsty, that is, if the baby drinks normally, then it is no dehydration. If the baby drinks eagerly, if you just give water to the baby immediately, if the baby drinks, then the baby is thirsty, that is some dehydration. If the baby is not able to drink, or if he drinks poorly, then it is severe dehydration. Then if there is skin pinch, on skin pinch it goes back quickly, then it is no dehydration. If it goes back slowly, then it is some dehydration. If it goes back very slowly, then it is severe dehydration. Then we have seen the treatment of no dehydration, where you give replacement for ongoing stool losses, that is 5 to 10 ml per kg per loose stool. And if there is some dehydration, then you give 75 ml per kg over 4 hours. Then what is the treatment of severe dehydration? If there is severe dehydration, then you should give 100 ml per kg of WHO ORS solution should be given. Sorry, not WHO. Now here in severe dehydration, the baby drinks poorly, so we give 100 ml per kg of Ringer lactate with 5% dextrose can be given. If this is not there, then you can give RL, or that is Ringer lactate, or normal saline can be given. But the best fluid is Ringer lactate with 5% dextrose. So if the child is less than 1 year of age, so you should divide this 100 ml into 2 batches. That is, first you should give 30 ml per kg in the first batch, and in the second batch you should give next 70 ml per kg should be given. If the baby is less than 1 year, then you give over this first 30 ml per kg is given over 1 hour. Okay, and if the next 70 ml per kg is given for over 5 hours, that means you should give this 100 ml within 6 hours. You should give it for 6 hours. If the baby is more than 1 year of age, then you should give this first 60 ml per kg over half an hour. It should be given within half an hour, and the next 70 ml you should give it over 1 to 1.5 hours. So overall you can give it in 3 hours, right? If the baby is less than 1 year, you can give it, you will have to give this 100 ml in over 6 hours. If the baby is more than 1 year, then you should give this in around 3 hours. Now next, okay, now we will see some important points about ORS. In ORS, previously, if you see, previously we used to use ORS. The previously used ORS is standard ORS. Okay, this standard ORS has the osmolarity of around 311. This standard ORS has osmolarity of 311, and the sodium concentration in this standard ORS is 90 milliequivalent per liter. It is 90 milliequivalent per liter. Now if you see the components of, presently we use 2 types of ORS. One, we have reduced osmolarity ORS. We use reduced osmolarity ORS, or we call it as new WHO ORS. Okay, you will see the components of these. So these contain glucose, sodium, potassium, chloride, citrate. Okay, it contains glucose in 75 millimoles per liter, and it contains sodium 75 millimoles per liter, potassium is 20 millimoles per liter, chloride is 60 millimoles per liter, citrate is 10 millimoles per liter. Total osmolarity is 245 millimoles per liter. So this osmolarity is less than the standard osmolarity, that is 311, right? Next, nowadays we use one more type of osmolar, which is ORS, which is called as rehydration solution for malnourished child. This is rehydration solution for malnourished child. In this we have the following, right? We have glucose. In this also this also contains glucose, sodium, potassium, chloride. It also contains citrate, magnesium, zinc, and it contains copper also. So glucose is in the is higher because the baby is malnourished. So glucose is 125 millimoles per liter, and sodium is less, that is 45 millimoles per liter. Potassium is 40 millimoles per liter. chloride is 70 millimoles per liter, citrate is 7 millimoles per liter, copper is 0.045 millimoles per liter. So in rehydration solution for malnourished child, glucose is 125 millimoles per liter, sodium is 45 millimoles per liter, potassium is 40 millimoles per liter, citrate is 70 millimoles per liter, citrate is 7 millimoles per liter, chloride is 70 millimoles per liter, and copper is 0.045 millimoles per liter. So this is for rehydration solution for malnourished child. This is given by shortcut Resmol. Okay, next, how are you going to manage if the child has persistent diarrhea? Even after you give all these treatment, still if the baby has persistent diarrhea, then the treatment. For persistent diarrhea, we have 3 diets. That is, initial we have diet A. Diet A is reduced lactose diet. Here you will not give lots of lactose. There is lactose is given, but this is reduced. The examples of reduced lactose diet are milk rice gruel is given, milk suji gruel, or you can give rice with curd can be given, and you can give dalia. So here the lactose is reduced but not completely absent. Then we have diet 2, that is diet B, that is second diet B. In this second diet B, you give, this is lactose free diet. Here you will not give lactose at all, and also you will reduce starch. This is lactose free diet with reduced starch. This diet B is given to around 65 to 70% of children will improve. See, normally with this diet A, once you give diet A, almost 65 to 70% of children will recover. The rest 30 to 35% of children will go to diet B. Okay, this diet B is completely milk free, and here this provides carbohydrates in the mixture of cereals are given, along with you will add glucose and you give this to the baby. Because some children will have impaired digestion of starches and disaccharides other than lactose, so we give cereals combined with glucose and we give in diet B, and you will give no milk at all. That is the reason why we call it as lactose free diet, right? Then the next we have third, which is called as third diet C. This third diet C is, here you give monosaccharides only. This is monosaccharide based diet, where in this you will not even give disaccharides and starch, because they may not be digested by the babies sometimes. So here almost 80 to 85% will recover from diet A and B, and the rest 15 to 20% of children will only go to diet C. And this diet C contains only glucose, and it contains protein. That too, protein source can be either egg white or chicken can be given, or protein hydroxylates can be given, hydrolysates can be given, but we do not give any starchy material. Only pure glucose is given to these babies. I said it is persistent diarrhea. So when do you call it as persistent diarrhea? Persistent diarrhea is if there is continuous diarrhea is present for more than 14 days in a child, then you call it as persistent diarrhea. So these are some important points in diarrhea. Thank you for watching.